Hi, everybody. This is Lowell again with another thought regarding the benefits of studying music and being involved in music, and that is of worship. And worship is a subject that not many people think about regarding music. We think about music in terms of advertising, of entertainment, all these different things. But perhaps the most noble use of music is in worship. And it's been since the beginning of time that people have used music in all sorts of different cultures, in all sorts of different venues of worship. Music has been a cornerstone. And some of you may know this about me, but I was a music director in a church for 37 years, and I desired to pattern after J.S. Bach, who was, in my estimation, the greatest music minister to have ever lived. And Bach routinely read his Bible, and surprisingly, there's much that the Bible has to say about music and worship. And there's an Old Testament passage in Second Chronicles, I believe, that Bach wrote in his Bible, in the margins of his Bible, this phrase, "Where there is devotional music, God, with his grace, is always present." And he believed that, and much of the music that he wrote was for that purpose. There are also passages in the Bible itself that deal with music. In the New Testament, here's one. It's in Ephesians 5:19 through 21. It says, "Speaking to one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart or with your hearts to the Lord, always giving thanks for all things in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ to our God and Father." And there's another passage in another book that Paul wrote in Colossians. It says, "Teaching and admonishing one another in psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, singing with thankfulness in your heart." And it's fascinating if you do a study in the book of Genesis, which is a record of many thousands of years ago. It gives reference to the very first musician, and his name was Jubal. And surprisingly, if you look up the name Jubal, it means to flow. And I've come to really believe that one of the greatest things that you can learn as a musician is how to flow, and for things not to be static, for things to not be rigid, but for you to create a sense of flow in performance, in composition, in creativity, to not get stuck. And there's always a flow when you have a worshipful heart in music.